What's up, guys? Yesterday, PoE 2 came out, and I started streaming at literally midnight yesterday, and it came out at 1 in the afternoon. I had stuff to do, and then I fell asleep, and I got back home, and there was tons of server problems I was reading about online, so I didn't really get a good chance to even stream it or to play it. I played like an hour and a half of Monk. But I told you guys I was gonna play Warrior today, and I was just gonna play Monk and Warrior, just switch between them using my stash. I'm using the stash, just, you know, I already have a bunch of stuff for the Warrior ready. I will be kind of following the story on both characters. I'll probably follow the story every time I play or stream, just for people who would want that, I guess, right? Like, I'd want to see it a little bit. And like I was saying, it's better to use mouse and keyboard for melee. I see a lot of people using WSE because it's like a new thing, and it is nice. It's nice for like a caster, but otherwise, it kind of makes the game feel a little bit arcadey. I don't think it's a good idea.
To warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, till that bloody thing got to me first. Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more. I would appreciate it if you could... Reach Clearfell.
This is going to be a great class to stream alongside because it's such a slow, methodical class. And like I said, this is a slow, methodical game. Slow, methodical conversation. Like how I had the Monk yesterday, I'm not going to talk about the Monk a bunch because that's just like the Monk. I'll save that for the Monk, but I probably will go Sword and Shield or Mace and Shield just to be more defensive to get through the game because, you know, you want to have that defense, you know, you want to have that sustainability. And here's why you would want to use mouse and keyboard over the WSC. I'm not going to keep doing that. Like, I just want to play right now. You can actually redirect. Wait. You can redirect using mouse and keyboard, but on WASD you can't. Right. So being able to redirect rolling slam is like the greatest thing ever. I'm not going to worry about damage too much. I'm really worried about survivability, sustainability.
Dodge this!
Especially on melee classes. Like, I'm sure that makes more sense. So I know for sure I wouldn't really care about defense and sustainability on a caster. Especially a witch who has minions. So I'll probably force myself to use Sword and Shield. I gotta wipe my nose real quick. I know that there's always going to be opportunity to get a superior two-handed weapon. You know, it's kind of like in Diablo, like, I would try to go dual wielder or, you know, offhand, like a focus. But it's like, I think it's better to go for that sword and shield. I've seen a lot of people, big people, you know, really big on the first day, but they were doing like 24/7 stream and stuff. I already knew that this game wasn't going to be a big draw for like Twitch and all that, but I kind of think it'd be a bigger draw than the first game at least. Like, I don't know how many concurrent viewers it's going to get.
Tempered by victory.
You know, we'll see. You know, the sky's the limit. You know, it's a great game. But, like, it really comes down to, is it a great game to watch? It isn't really about, is it a great game? It's, is it a great game that you can watch? I guess since I'm going Sword and Shield, I can focus more on damage, right? Like if I'm forcing myself to use a shield, I can actually build a lot more damagey. I'll grab, for the first couple levels, I'll probably grab, well, I'll try to get the stun threshold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get some of this, 'cause that's really important. You're just, like, face tanking everything. I don't know, we're probably gonna get everything at this point, like, what I'm seeing. Using a shield kind of makes it to where you can build a little bit differently. I don't know. You could almost call it hybrid.
Brannock, is that you? Stay back! Don't do this!
There's gonna be a little bit, I guess, trickier than the monk, because you are so slow. But I think he does. I think he's gonna do way more damage, of course. Well, I don't know. Let's just play this warrior. You'll have a lot more stuns for sure. That's for sure. That'll be like kind of on the warrior, like a luxury. So boom, we get the Miller.
I'm sorry, Brannock.
You know, in reality, he has a very interesting weapon he was using. It's like a saw attached to like a wooden plank or board. It's kind of interesting. So,
Well done.
let's roll. I do have things in my stash. I know there's going to be really great weapons that are going to drop a two-handed. I'll probably just throw it in my slot. Like, I'm really trying to use the mace and shield combo.
Father, you're alive.
Jesus. Oh, I forgot that there actually is, or there are cosmetics and stuff. I guess the website's down again? No. Okay, here we go. I have like some footprints. I have bag attachment, weapon effects. I have these seller mystery boxes. I can't use them yet. Before I talk to anybody, let's look at the stash. I have this helmet. I have a shield. I mean, I don't really need the Targe. The Targe isn't that good. We got 60 armor on this fur plate. 25 armor, 8 dex. Armageddon. Therapist. Level... What do I... Yeah, level 4 requirements. Smithing hammer. Okay. We'll just use the yellow for the increased damage. Yes, we have some like boots. Then we have these two-handed weapons, right? But like, I'll probably just stick to my shield, like I said. Oh wait, already level 5. Okay. I'm gonna just like trash the rest of this stuff. I'm gonna turn this walking effect off. It's really obnoxious. Like, that's super obnoxious. That was just too much.
Where have you been, lad? I've been worried sick. I looked for you everywhere after those soldiers came for you, but when I found neither hide nor hair, I had to believe, well, it's a good thing you managed to escape the Count's justice. Let's just say that. It seems the first ones have graced us with fortune. We could sorely use your strength in these dark times. There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the felling. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself. Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you. Here's what I got.
I like how this is a quest item, the first skill gem they give you. I do share gold. I have like 800 gold because I was playing the monk. I could buy a helmet immediately, which probably is a good idea. I mean, I'll be fine. It's early. I don't have to go that crazy. Like, these boots probably are a good idea. They're pretty expensive, but they're really good. Or this movement speed boost on these boots. I don't know. I'm not that, you know, it's not that serious. Like, I'll have a full set and then I'll just end up finding some stuff, but I didn't need to do that.
Die for what he has done to us.
Welcome to the Camp of the Lost. I am Una. I know you and I never met in the village, but Renly has been sick with worry about you since he got here. This is the first good news he's had, and for that, I am thankful to see you. You must have heard the rumors in the village. All this began the night Count Gino took his most loyal men into the Grillwood. That's when his growing madness began. Something happened out there. Please, I beg of you, travel to the forest and begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place. I fear that our land's sickness will only deepen unless something is done.
Okay.
We will survive this.
Bone shatter, earthquake. So like, I'm not gonna overcomplicate me playing PoE and all that. Like, it's not that deep. It's really like probably understanding the crafting and getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? These smithing hammers are special. They always come with fire damage.
Hammer and anvil!
I have received reports of a number of villagers hiding at the Clearfell logging site. Travel there and convey my order to return. One refusing my authority should be considered a traitor and a criminal. Deal with them as you see fit, but bring their bodies back to the manor.
Earthquake's good. As you can see, like, it's like you set a, looks like a grenade. You see, you pull the pin, and you set it, and then once it explodes. And Bone Shatter does that, where they have a yellow icon over the meaning they're like stunned or something, you know, they have enough stun, and then you can hit them with Bone Shatter, and they'll explode, and a shockwave damaging all enemies. So this warrior's about slams and stuns. There's a boss right there, like, I can show you guys. Wait, I can press like U. This game has the system, or the, you know, whatever they call it when you add something into a game, where on the map in certain areas, or every area, there's a boss. You know, there's potentially a chest, and you can just open, you know, the overworld map to see, did you get the boss, did you get the chest? So like, you heard someone talking over there. I was this boss right here. And then you have the mud burrow, which we haven't been to, so we don't really know what's in there. Like, it's not on the overworld map, so we don't know. We don't have access to it, I guess you could say. keep pressing M to open the. That's not how that works. In Mud Barrel, you have the Devourer, right? So anytime you're going to an area, be sure to check the overworld map to make sure you're not missing a chest
This lair,
or you're not missing
how
a boss.
deep does it go?
Right.
Destruction! Move! Forged by
More damage, or do we grab like some armor? I think we'll grab some armor.
flame.
There's a hatchery, and there's also hidden treasure caches a lot of times in dungeons. Like this is basically a dungeon, and you find a hatchery full of eggs with tons of stuff in the eggs. You know, and you'll find that in a lot of places that are like dungeons. Alright, so. Cool, 7 strength. Oh god, please. But, you know, we're gonna be going pretty hard with the streaming and the PoE. Probably gonna be streaming like, I don't know, every day if possible, depending on what happens on that day. Sometimes it isn't possible
Finn
for me to
makes
really
fun of my
have
collection.
energy to stream.
Another for my collection. Thank you. Please, take your time.
I do
Stay
not want to
safe.
drop all this cash I've been saving
I
on
see
something
you.
I potentially will
He
regret.
lives up to his
What
reputation.
have we got?
Like, I'll probably be better off just buying this helmet. I mean, probably could go without it. These gloves are pretty cheap. I mean, a little bit of armor isn't gonna make a big difference when we're always stacking armor. A helmet. I mean, the helmet's not too expensive.
find.
Whatever. I'm
If
not
you
gonna like
find a pint out there,
agonize over all
don't
this
bring
stuff.
it back.
No chance.
I'd probably say because of the difficulty of the combat and the enemies all being kind of a challenge, I'd probably say the warrior's the best class. Because you're always having to deal with situations and tank anyway. In fact, you're always having to get close and be slow and all that. Like, it's not that far-fetched to assume that to be the case. Tight corridors are perfect for the warrior. His slams and all that. Explosions. But as far as like this game being a big draw visually, or for Twitch, if you're a successful streamer, you know that you're gonna have a big audience, right? Like you've been around for a long time. You know, it really comes down to, were you successful in PoE 1 to where you were streaming PoE 1 all the time? Like you were why people are watching PoE 1. You know, some people aren't successful in PoE 1, they're successful in other places. So it's like, of course you'll have the big PoE streamers, but will there be any new streamers that are made out of PoE2? You know, will there be anyone who crosses over to PoE2 permanently? People who play Diablo maybe crossing over? Because of the success of PoE1, I think people already know how to act. There's already like a decorum, if you will. I'm saying it's like people that were successful in like Call of Duty just go to the next Call of Duty and it's Call of Duty. It's the same, you're just chilling, you know what I'm saying? They're doing what they do. So for this, like, you have to think, like, some people are successful in PoE1, like, what are they doing right now? They already are a successful person in PoE. Like, they're already big, or they already have a following. People might come and do something completely different that wouldn't have worked in PoE1, you know what I'm saying? People might not be successful in PoE1, and now they're like, they're here in PoE2. 62 armor. I don't really need the strength. 62 armor is pretty good. And I can also slap an extra, yeah, 5 strength. Okay, perfect. It's basically a direct upgrade. So I went and tried to learn as much as I could. At least what I would naturally learn, just to pick up on from PoE1 successes and big PoE1 streamers. And it's like, they're like robots. I've said it once, I'll say it again. They're like robots. So it's like, okay, you gotta be a robot. Not to say like they're any more robotic than anyone, but their success is way more robotic. Like if you ask them a question, you don't expect them to jump at everything you say, right? Like they're like more like robots.
Twisted it into a nightmare. Hammer and anvil. The tail.
Basically killed me.
A horrific task. But to protect Clearfell, I'll do it again.
2 boots. They're both not really for me. I'll probably just scrap them or sell them. Level 5 helmet. Level 2 skill gem. Rolling slam. Definitely upgrade that. So, just learning from them, I know that people... Learning from who's successful in P1, I know who isn't successful and big in PoE1 anyway, right? Because they're not known for that. So it's like,
Hello.
It doesn't. Everything doesn't work. You know, everything isn't gonna work because so and so streams it, and now they're like, that's just not how it works. It's like
I've
saying anyone can
collected
play
these
Madden,
over time.
and because they're a
I
big streamer, they're like a
this
Madden
one.
streamer now. It's usually not how that works.
Bye.
Oh, finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Oh, that's incredible! This is the first real success we've had against the darkness. We can breathe a bit easier now, perhaps even go out and gather food. Now, this won't cover our debt to you, not nearly, but take it as thanks.
Okay, we got our first support gem for the warrior. Fire infusion, giving, you know, your attack fire damage. Blast rate, bleed. Blast rate's probably really good. Bone shatter, execute. Impact shockwave's probably the best choice. Pass forward. Earthquake would have less duration. Rolling slam. I'll probably just go with impact shock. Alright. So I know that people are robots that are successful in this, more robotic. They're not a humanized like kiosk. Alright, so people that are here PoE 2 now, a lot of them aren't established PoE streamers. They're not robots. They're probably gonna go with the tide of everyone else who isn't a robot. Meaning people are successful who are not robots, people are successful and unsuccessful non-robots. Basically people. When you're not a robot, you're basically a person, so you know, you have that, the fact that you really won't be a person. You're not really gonna be like a human, like fleshy type of creature. Boss sometimes drop these quest items, green items that grant you permanent bonuses. This was like the first boss you'd run into in the overworld, and it gives you 10% cold resistance, which is huge to have for the rest of the game. Right, that's great. Like I said, I'm really focusing all of my items onto my warrior and monk. I'm not worried about saving them for when I eventually play like a different set of characters. I don't really care. Like if I get like a legendary, like a unique, of course I'm gonna save it for that, for like the classic long song. But like, I don't really care otherwise. I'm not gonna save a bunch of yellows that are like level 5 or something, level 4. Okay, what happens with the aftershock is if you hit one enemy, if you have a group of enemies that are like ready to be hit with bone shatter, like let's see if we can get 2, 1, they'll both lose the shockwave. At least that's what I thought I saw happen. Maybe I hit both of them with my weapon. That's probably what happened. I probably hit both of them, they both exploded. So I really can't tell the difference between regular bone shatter and then impact shockwave.
The Growlwood has changed, and not for the better.
I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, it seems good to me. Seems like it's the best one to get. So like I said, people being successful, unsuccessful in PoE, like they're not established, they're not really done for this. Like it's not that deep. It's not like you can't do it. I'm just saying, like from people that are made of PoE, you know, like it kind of is like if you're gonna be a person, you're either gonna be successful in PoE or you're not. But what will stick probably isn't a person. And there's a lot bigger streamers than PoE streamers. I mean, you know, we've yet to see what PoE 2 does, but I can already see it being a total burnout, degenerate activity to even watch where you don't really want to watch it. Like this is like the most degenerate category there is. So like people that are big don't always check to see what they're doing is working or not because they're just that big. They don't probably care, you know. They're like a person. In other words.
I remember this place.
What happened here? This shade, is it still alive? Perhaps it can give us the answers we seek. Only the Count's sword has the power to bind souls to the tree like this. We must free it somehow. To release that being from the Tree of Souls, we'll need more than simply cutting his rope. The ancient runes that imbue the Count's blade created the binding, and only ancient runes can break it. There is a battlefield not far from here that runs red with rust, where the weapons and armor of countless Ezamites still remain. We call it the Red Veil. You should search the area. There may still be power in some of those centuries-old relics. Renly will know how to forge them, bring the runes to him, and then, perhaps, we shall find some answers. I'll wait here. The old magics will protect me.
But like, the other thing about big streamers is they just have tons of like energy surrounding them. They like do things a certain way, you know, that kind of sets them apart from other streamers. I'd almost say they're more decisive. Like if they say they're going to do something in a certain way, they're going to do it. They're not like sitting, waiting to like escape from their decisions. So. There goes another overworld boss.
It's been many years. Does the witch still live here? Dodge this!
Yeah, this boss fight's really tough because they're releasing ice rings on the ground, fire rings. I think I just died and lost that ring on the ground that I could pick up, not the fire rings or the ice rings. Different rings. The boss had different modifiers every time you fight him. I'm sure there's like a limited amount of them, of course, but it doesn't mean that they're ineffective. I just couldn't stand next to her because since you sat next to her, she'd shoot a fire ring. Then when she went to shoot her ice beam at her mouth, there usually be ice rings on the ground already, or ice runes, probably, right?
Sorry,
It's not a
please.
game.
Take your time. It's beautiful. I accept.
Oh, shit. Couldn't do that. But like I was probably just messing around too much trying to get Earthquake off. I really shouldn't worry about Earthquake at all. It's really slow. Just make sure to hit with Gun Shatter when
Hammer and anvil!
against Rise. Just punch her, right? She has a resistance to fire, so that makes sense. Wasn't doing that much damage against her.
Seems no one is safe from corruption.
I'll probably grab Lacerate on my basic attack. I think Rolling Slam probably benefit. I could do like Overpower, some more stun build up.
My strength grows.
Slap that helmet on. Yeah, more defense, definitely. I do want to get the stun threshold. I don't think I would need it right now. Stun build up could be good. More defense, though, for sure. I should be able to get a level 3 skill gem soon. Give me like a whole new set of skills. So like right now, there's lots of people who aren't big PoE1 streamers who are kind of participating, right? It's like a lot of what they're doing doesn't translate. Like you can do anything you want in most games, and you'll get success streaming. So like I think most people are kind of much more similar in PoE. That world, so and like the people in PoE, it's like saying the fact that they're different, like a robot. You know, the exception isn't the rule. You know, them being different and succeeding in PoE1 doesn't mean that it always works outside of PoE, but it probably could. Okay. So like, in reality, it probably makes more sense to be like a robot than a person in any category. So like you could it could always work to be a person. So like that's the thing. Like anyone could be a person. Like anyone could kind of get that. So, no, if you're a robot, you don't just run through launches and you don't just act like a little kid, like a little meta meme kid or something, right? So like, there's a lot of reasons you don't want to just be
Face me!
like everybody else who streams in other categories, because they become kind of neurotic in a way to where, or not, I don't even know what the word is, but like almost like dull. It can become dull. Everyone's a person, everyone's just personality, but it can become very dull, I'm saying. Being a robot, it's like no one has yet to find a limit in their imagination, you know, pertaining to robots, where like they wouldn't ask them a question, like they always have something. It's kind of like if you were an athlete and you play basketball, you wouldn't just want to be like some ghetto person who hangs out in the club and wears like you know, like the popular thing to wear. Like it's just kind of, it's just not even real. You know what I'm saying? It's unauthentic because so many people are doing it. It's not authentic to do that. You know what I'm saying? I guess what I'm saying is being a person in those streaming categories isn't an authentic type of success, because anyone could be that same person. You know what I'm saying? So like being like a robot, I've only really seen it succeed in PoE 2 to that, you know, extent, like where it's kind of impressive and it's different. But I think it's more authentic. Like if you're literally the robot, you literally can't be any other robot, and then, you know, it's like starting over. So like if you had a friend that was like a nerd in your group, it's like you can't replicate that. You can't replace him one-to-one with another nerd. It's just not authentic. It's not the same effect. So doing that for like a robot, like you can't really just jump on everybody else's, you know, frequency. It's just not possible. Like I could find out the newest meme and act super happy. It's just not authentic. And you don't really have that type of personality, in my opinion, that energy for other people outside of it. So like it's just not authentic. Like I said, it being different for PoE success doesn't mean it's going to work for everything else, but you could always act like a robot. No one's going to be like, act like a person, because like I said, anyone could act like that. You know, they could literally probably write you a list in like a couple days telling you what you need to do as a person that everyone else probably already could do or already knows. Better to save your personality for something more dynamic. Like if you met someone in real life and they're like, oh yeah, you like are a streamer, like if you're always on streamer mode, it just becomes super fake to be like a real life person at the end of the day, right? Like a lot of people wouldn't exercise that idea. They wouldn't be a robot. So it's like there's a curve to it, right? Like everyone isn't gonna be a robot, so like it's exclusive. You know, so like everyone will act like the star, and they'll burn out, and then or they won't burn out or whatever. Like, you know, it's still a person, right? Still a person. If you're a robot, you literally can walk out of the room like a robot, and no one's gonna suspect that you need a break. You know, you're a robot. Like it's foolproof.
Sorry, I like to hold on. Oh, I like this one.
I could have swore I had a charm. I could have swore I had a charm, but I didn't. Okay.
Stay safe, if you can.
What have we got? Take a look.
haven't really got anything too spectacular as far as drops go for the warrior, but we don't really need it. Like, we're fine. We're about to fight the boss, so it's like that could probably change. That could immediately change. I guess what I could basically say about being a robot is it allows you to deal with the mundane, boring stuff without expanding really any energy. And then when stuff is important, you're not really a robot, but you really could be. Also, they don't move are probably the easiest thing to deal with as a warrior, because not only are you tanky, but you can hit them with earthquake and all these other things. You get like totems eventually.
This can't go on.
Yeah, nothing too insane. Nothing too insane. It's fine though, we're like still blowing through down. It's not like we need it, but it's always nice to see yellows. The thing about the military, you literally could have said, look, someone come to your house, look, you're in the military, you could literally be a robot. No one is going to say, that guy in the military should be more dynamic. You should pop out of the closet and just surprise people. You can use that as leverage. Being a robot's like leverage. Being a person's like, people are going to leverage that against you. It's not like you're a performer who you're always popping at some crazy Katy Perry song, right? It's just different.
These were not my ancestors.
You don't really need leverage, or you don't need people to leverage anything against you. And no one's going to leverage anything against a robot. I don't really need the life regen. I'll take the stun threshold so I don't get staggered trying to punch people. That was a big deal. Like in PoE 1, you had to have some stun threshold where you wouldn't just get like staggered. I actually don't know if that's what that is. Now that I think about it, it's probably just like I have this bar right here. You can't really see it. I mean, you can, but it looks, you know, doesn't look like. And there's little pips on top. That's probably just for me blocking. But I just thought, like, if I block, you know, it'll build up. Let's see it builds up, and I'll be stunned if I just keep blocking. That's probably all that is. It's fine, I'm saying. That could have been spent on something else. But you can respec. You can respec in this game, so it's doesn't really matter. So like I'm leveraging everything I have against whoever the audience, people who are like hanging out, you know, in these same type of like channels, same cultures, I guess, these same areas. So it's like if I'm streaming all day and I'm a robot, it's like, okay, now I have to go out to eat. Like it's not gonna be like I had no energy or I'm on energy mode. I'm a robot. I can really stop being a robot. Or I could keep being a robot. So it's like, why would people in PoE turn out to be robots and not a person? Maybe because leveraging everything you have against someone in PoE, like,
might hold the runes,
you know, like the person wouldn't even do anything.
Dodge this!
I assure you that even though there aren't damage numbers, or a dodge indicator that says you dodge that or dodge this, or evade it, or block, I am blocking attacks. I'm saying, like on the monk, I was actually evading a lot of the attacks thrown at me. But I still, you literally can see that I'm evading a lot of them. Maybe not like a boss, but like these arrows, I would evade them. You can actually see arrows stuck into my shield. Never mind, it's stuck into me. Yeah, I blocked that. It made a little block sound. Yeah. Yeah, the shield's definitely worth it. A block is a block. A block isn't. I mean, a block's a block, right?
Even
Yeah, a block's a block.
This time.
You know, I think that basically means that you didn't take any damage. So like, you can't really argue with that.
I've no more room.
So big personalities. So this is like a perfect streaming cycle counter where instead of being a big personality and not like not working for a lot of people, like they're not considered a big personality or they're not a big streamer. They could have not took that route at all and been like a robot. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't even know about being a robot. But had they known that, you wouldn't even really need to compare them, right? Like you don't compare streamers to other streamers all day long. Like people like big stream, like just normal. It's not robots. So robots are robots. It's not. So it's like people that aren't that big or want to be whatever. You can't really compare them to everything forever. So you can't compare them to a clock on the wall forever. That's like not being compared to a big streamer who really can do whatever they want to do and it'll work for them. You might have to take certain steps and go in certain directions, play certain games, or refrain from spending time doing certain things, you know, to get somewhere if you aren't that big. So it's like not even thinking like that, like not even thinking that you're a big personality like other big personalities. It's like you're kind of free from the failure that might follow them.
These are
I'm
just
saying.
some odds and ends of mine.
If I like went outside and beat up
Stay safe.
a bunch of people, that could really catch up to me. So someone who might think, oh, this guy's really big, so it's like,
I seek.
it's cool, like, it might not actually work out for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about being Superman. Superman's very, like, I guess plain to a lot of people. It's like, that might not work out for you, to be that plain, even though you're Superman. So, like, you might have to take a different approach.
Last one.
But not having that idea to where, like, there is some failure, or robot, or someone who isn't where they want to be. Like, that's not going to get you anywhere thinking that you're a big personality. It's not working like, I don't know.
What? Who is that? I've no more room.
So for me, it's like I'm not a big personality, so I'm not in the upper echelon of streamers. So now I'm a robot, and I'm not in the lower echelon because I'm trying to emulate them by being a big personality. So I don't have to worry about either one of those lanes because that's just not what I do. So it's like I'm safe from having to constantly humanize lower level streamers and treat them like they're like nacho cheese or something, like having to kind of baby them in a way, and then having to get my head blown off by a beam of personality by someone who already knows how they act. In fact, like I've already seen their personality. So it's like being a robot like that literally is like just better. It's not a personality thing, it's a robot thing, but like it's just better. Apparently if you erupt one earthquake, it erupts the other one immediately. Well, maybe that's not the case. The fact that I put them out at the same time probably is why they erupted at the same time. Like, come on now. Not that deep.
Go with honor. There is nothing left to defend.
Alright, we got level 3 skill gem, giving us access to level 3 skills. Infernal Cry, Shield Charge.
Shield Charge is best used for stunning a small group of enemies.
Shockwave Totem, Armor Breaker. I think Infernal Cry is probably the best one because it's just like, it's quick, you just, you just pop it, lights you on fire. Yeah, this crown's probably pretty good. The armor isn't as great, but it does give me a 10% crit chance, which isn't important on a warrior, but it's fine. I'm saying it's fine. It's not gonna hurt me to do that. Think about a Tesla. When you see a Tesla on the street, you don't consider it this muscle car, this powerful car. You think of it more of it as a technological advancement. You give it room. You don't egg it on to like hit ramps and stuff. You're not worried about it crashing out.
I would ask what you need these for, but I'm putting my trust in you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. It's not like there's some riddle to it to where if you figure it out,
Father.
you get to be.
I still have much to learn.
You get to be even more like personal or something. I don't even know, right? Like that sounds ridiculous. Picking up this sitting here with the socket on might be a really great idea because I can always find a socket that'll make this fly to the roof. So I'll probably grab it, just put it in my stash. Or not a socket, but a rune to socket. Forgot I had these other hammers. This one doesn't give you anything. Fire damage, that's additional fire damage on top of the fire damage already gives you. Let me take these out of my stash. I don't need these anymore.
Renly's done a fine.
You gotta be careful because sometimes you can sell things you would scrap for a lot of cash. I could sell this for 73 gold, which is a lot. I could sell this helmet for 135 instead of scrapping it. Sometimes you can sell it for a large amount of cash, which is sometimes
These are just some odds.
way better. I probably could buy a necklace now. They're not selling them anymore. Ugh.
Stay safe if you can.
What have we got? Anything take your fancy?
Thorns would be nice, especially for warrior. You know what I'm saying? All right. I guess some gloves, maybe. Yeah, I think these gloves that give us cold damage and life per hit is good. Definitely
survive
probably
well,
superior.
Go well.
Cool. How about level up? So did we miss anything underground? Above ground? So I'm sure after a week or two you'll see like, oh yeah, this guy was a robot, or this guy is still doing it because this is what he does. He does PoE. He's like kind of a robot. Other people are like, like they're like Kenny from South Park. Like they're just like,
spikes into the
it's
room
just
with
kind of like,
markings.
it's been done. You know what I'm saying? It's been done before.
Stay safe if you can. Good. Now the others.
Release that which you hold.
By decree of the Count of Ogham, those condemned to hang from these branches are to be left until their hearts no longer beat, their lungs no longer fill with air, and their flesh is no longer warm. In death, you are not forgiven. Your souls will remain trapped here by this ancient moor of maligned wood, and the grove will be forever denied you. Rot here in the Grellwood for all time, and good riddance.
He's unconscious, but he's breathing. Though, this wound. We should take him back to Clearfell. He may be the only one who knows what truly happened out here. The wound. It should be fatal, but somehow he clings to life. I fear it will not be long until his song ends. He will never heal while the Count's binding still holds sway. Only by a Count's hand can this binding be released. I know an old tale. One that speaks of a ring we might be able to recover, buried 3 centuries ago in our ancient graveyard. A Count's signet ring, bearing his rune of authority. But how to reach it in time? Grim Tangle. The overgrown sinkholes and gullies that run beneath Ogham can lead you there. The path is dangerous, but go back to the Grellwood. Find the entrance. We shall see if the spirits of this land still have the will to see you through. I like to hold on to bits and pieces.
So you're going back to the village, lad? Now, you've probably been thinking this already, but we could do some proper smithing if you manage to bring back our tools. They should still be near the forge, right where I left them. Bring them here, and we'll set up a bench. Some honest work might do wonders to lift our spirits. Take a look. If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
You know, this map is just one big box. Like in reality, it's one big box, but it doesn't feel like one big box. It feels like you're in a forest. In PoE 1, it felt like you were in a big box. A lot of times, this feels like, you know, you're in an actual like place. Like you have the entrance here. That looks different. You know, so the Grim Tangle has like mushrooms and stuff. It's like a cave.
There'll be no passage here.
If the Fae spirits are still watching, I believe they will help us. Please, wait a moment. The old magic still thrives.
Hammer and anvil!
That lady must be like some type of magician or something. Leveled up. Cool. I can grab some health regen. I don't really need it, so I'll probably grab more damage. Especially against bosses, more damage would be kind of ideal. In the Grim Tangle, you open your map, you see that there's a dude called the Rotten Druid. So like, you might have missed that. Like, you can easily miss that. It's not like a necessity to run into him to get to the other side. He's not like a quest boss, so like you can miss him. You really don't want to, because he can drop some great rares, he can drop some gems, skill gems. Here we go. I haven't even used my shout yet. Inferno Cry.
By venomous! Is that the wandering druid?
I think it powers your next attack. And also lights you on fire.
Crush them!
Ouch.
Need mana! How many more will I have to kill before this is through?
Another support gem. Corrupting Cry. It turns it lets you basically hit him with some blood. Blood. I'll probably grab Corrupting Cry, but I do probably want to grab Lacerate. I think bleed damage on top of all the other stuff I'm doing is gonna make a big difference. I'm surprised there aren't any like support gems for a shield. That'd be kind of like interesting, right?
Hammer and anvil!
Maybe like a reflex support gem, I'm saying. Or like a chance to absorb the blow, or use it as like an energy shield or health or something.
Quickly! My family has been abducted! That bastard tyrant Praetor Draven! He's taken my family hostage! They're being held somewhere beyond these gates. I never thought he would stoop this low. I sent for reinforcements, but it's been so long. I must get through the gate. The keys! Where are the blasted keys? I believe those cowards took them.
I will gladly honor this
Are you numbing
request.
the head? There's much to do.
There's some excellent gloves. These gloves would be great on anybody. I might even throw them on my my monk when I switch to him. These are some really good gloves. That's a lot of damage. Ooh, thorns damage. I love thorns.
Are you numbing the head?
Is there thorns in the skill tree? So I will build thorns. I love thorns. Some fire damage. Armor. Totem damage. Rage. Bleeding. Dual wielding. Leech. Totem. Rage. Armor. Class. Stun. Ignite. Stun. Stun. Leech. Stun. I don't see any thorns, which I don't want to hear that. I'm saying I don't want to hear that there's any thorns. There has to be some type of thorns. Axes. Axes aren't even in the game yet. You can wield two-handed axes, mace, and sword in one hand. Triple attribute requirements of the weapon. What? I need that, buddy. That's what I need. I need Giant's Blood. Hopefully I remember that there's Giant's Blood. I'm sure I will. Yeah, I don't see thorns. Yeah, I don't think there's thorns in the tree. Maybe it's like some other part of the skill tree. Yeah, that's probably not
There's much to
happening.
do.
Yes? I like to hold... Oh, I like this one. Stay safe. If you
What have we got? Anything take your fancy?
Yeah, this is a really good smithing hammer because it can turn into something more. I can add another. I can add another affix to whatever. I call them affixes because I'm used to playing Diablo. I guess a modifier. Yeah, gain 6 life per enemy hit. That's way better.
Stick to the cairns.
Look. Not turn into a rare. 5 strength. Okay, that's not that great. But if I scrap a few more rares, I think I can get the thing where I add a random modifier. I'm not really sure.
How can I help? What would you like?
But it definitely is better.
Till next time.
This guy's jacket. That's kind of a lot. That's too much for me. Like, I'm sure if you're wearing it, it doesn't move. But if you're not wearing it, it moves all around. Wrong place. I want to go to the Shemature. See how much this damage this mace does now. Like one hitting people. Plus it might let them on fire. Yeah, lockdown 2 starting to turn up. So more defense is probably good. I kind of get that the weapons you'll have, they'll probably carry you damage-wise. So it's probably better to get something else. Like right here, there's tons of enemies, archers, you know. Having a little bit more defense would be great. Oh my god, this has like 6 life regen. That's a lot. Alright, we got energy shield, which isn't the best. Would have been great if we had like strength, or even more life regen. Regen. Nice life. Oh yeah, when you kill an enemy that's lit on fire, affected by Infernal Cry, they explode, which that's kind of the theme for where everything explodes. This is a very unique take on a melee class, though, especially a warrior. Like, I've never seen anything like this. Usually the slams are not very impactful, and you're worried about, like, hitting him 1,000 times, I'm saying. So slam's just, like, an initial, like, a leap slam or something like the initial thing, or like it's very slow going. Alright, another level 3 Shockwave Totem. That should be pretty good. I gotta equip it. Shockwave Totem is pretty cool because you can kick it when you like summon it. You can summon it way over there, and people will attack it.
I'm not ready.
Alright. Like I say, you have this range dude. Summon Shockwave Totem. I'll start attacking it. Close the distance. Whatever you want to do.
Destruction!
Wait for high mob density because you'll probably get a stun off somewhere where you can hit him with Bonebreaker. And it's great against bosses because it's not you. It just sits there and punches.
In the right hands, this could forge something truly exceptional.
Probably upgrade my necklace. 10% increase armor. It's actually really good, right? That's like 10% overall increase all my armor, so that's pretty good. Definitely more defense. So really know where to get it. Not for a little bit. I guess I'll just get like I have enough life regen from items. I guess I'll just go damage. Yeah, I don't even know. It's like one of the best necklaces I'm gonna get for a long time. I'm sure it will be. It'll serve as my necklace. Toss it on my monk too eventually, right? I think a good thing for this game, if you want to play it, don't obsess over having like a strategy that you always use. Like I always use Shock Totem. Don't even do it, I'm saying. Like I have to drop Shock Totem first. Like you really don't. Don't be obsessed with that type of play. Especially because you'll get new skills and they'll all replace your old skills. Like you get higher level ones, they'll replace all the old ones. Like it's better to focus more on like I always use Bone Shatter against enemies that are ready to be exploded. Okay. Or I always follow up from Shock Totem and like I'm not just worried about Shock Totem doing everything. It'll make the game more enjoyable, right? Like right now there's so many enemies, like why would I have some strategy I continue to use? It's not going to work against overwhelming odds.
My dearest daughter, beloved for all time, rest well. My dearest daughter,
Oi.
beloved.
My beloved son, your death shall be avenged.
Accuracy, not really what we want. Dexterity, don't really need it. This ring right here is perfect for my monk. Don't really need it though. I mean, I'm gonna equip it, of course, but I don't need any of that stuff. It does help. Accuracy's fine. Dexterity, cool. How long have I been streaming? I know it's smart to like
Our victory.
have an 8-hour stream, like for exposure. Like it's kind of like the sun comes around, around and around. Like that's kind of the style of that. Like if you're gonna stream for that long, like for sure. I only been streaming for an hour and a half. I kind of knew that I wasn't gonna be able to play PoE nonstop for that long, like hours and hours and hours. Not that I don't like it. It's like I don't have like the mental capacity, or like, even though that makes it sound like the bottom of the mental capacity totem pole. But it's like saying, it's like if you were watching a game you bet on, you can't just sit still and just sit there with your hands, you know, like, I don't know, like, I have to take this energy and do something else with it. Like I might take a break and read like a comic or something, right? Like I'll read like a DC comic and come back. Like it's cool, like I can do whatever I want to do, right? But I think having a continuous stream's better.
This place has not been abandoned.
You know, and kind of getting to that idea of streaming for that long. Like I don't think I'm gonna take a break. Like I'm probably gonna like maybe lift weights for a little bit. Like I'll make sure it's not that long, so like it's not a ridiculous break. I'll probably read like a DC comic or something. I started reading DC comics, Teen Titans, Justice League, all that. I've already read a lot of Marvel comics. That's really all I used to read. I did read Injustice. I read a lot of Injustice. I liked it. It was pretty good.
How is the anything take your fancy?
I guess that's how DC comics work. Like, okay, like right now you might not pay too much heed to them or whatever. Like they're not like Marvel comics. The Marvel comics are a lot more enjoyable and likable. All the characters a lot more, like have a lot better things going on for all the characters. But I think, in reality, if you look back on a lot of the DC comics I've read, or maybe you'll even read, and they're pretty great. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom, then I'll probably hang out and like read a comic and come back and start playing some more, because I do need to do something with all this energy. think it's been, I don't even know, maybe like 10 minutes. Hasn't even been that long. Read a comic, went to the bathroom. I think I'm good to go for a little bit longer. I'll probably start taking breaks that I think I should just take. Like, I'm not going to worry about a continuous stream. Like, that's a little bit much. Like, that's a little bit too insane. So right here you have Tomb of the Consort, Mausoleum of the Praetor. On the map, they're connected because they're both under the graveyard. So it could be a little confusing, but it's not that deep. Like, they're not connected by like a whole way, but they both contain a chest and a boss. So, and they both contain the keys we need to get to the gate to help that dude. He sounds like a ghost to me.
Face me!
Alright, we found the boss. We still have to find the chest. Already found it. Wait, where are we at? Okay, we actually haven't found it yet.
A Karui soul for my collection. You shall die slowly. Your meaningless life ends now. Cut down. The spirits yearn.
He believes doing really well.
Cut down. Acidia! Your meaningless life ends now.
My shield's doing very well as well.
I'm not ready.
Your meaningless life ends now. The Eternals will never surrender. Cut down. The spirits yearn. My beloved Asinia, I will end your meaningless life. Succumb to the Empire. Your meaningless life ends now. Your intrusion will be punished. Servants, obey. Your name has long been maligned in Ogim Draven. This was my pleasure.
Level 10 requirement on that flask. Okay, that's just a portal back. I still need to find the chest. Might even be a secret treasure room. Like I said, this game isn't hard. It's more punishing than anything. It's kind of like a fighting game where if you're just pressing buttons and, you know, people... It was like punching, swinging, you'll just get punished. It's fine. If you avoid all punishment, then you'll be fine. I think that was the chest. Nope. See? I found a blue one and a yellow one, and it wasn't even the one I was looking for.
Destruction! Fresh blood. I'm not ready. I've no more room. I've nowhere to keep that.
A level 3 skill gem. I can get shield charge or armor breaker.
Shield charge is better.
Oh, we're just gonna grab shield charge. Be good for movement too. Just running around the place. Was that the chest? Yeah, it was. Okay.
What have we got? What would you like?
Sorry, I was...
If you find a pipe, take a look. cares.
Dodge this!
Let this be a testament for all time. The Eternal Empire stakes claim over this land, both in life and death.
I will put the Eternals back in their graves. No break!
Alright, let's see what this ring can do. Oh, wrong ring. Max life, and then I'll need one more transmutation shard, I think, to make it, to add a, like, a modifier to it.
Dodge this!
Okay. Actually, let me find out. I don't really remember what the transmutation shards are they turn into. It's either the one that makes things magical items or adds extra
Yes?
modifier. Yeah, it just makes it into a magic item. Yeah, this ring's not that good, but it's better than the one I'm using. I don't even have it equipped. Not like the god ring.
Sorry, Finn makes fun of my collection. Stay safe if you can.
satchel is full.
I need more time.
Crush them! I've nowhere to keep that. My story continues.
I definitely want increased area of effect. All that makes it much easier to just wipe everybody out.
Destruction!
I'm not ready.
You are no warrior. I've nowhere to keep that.
I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back.
Sorry, I've collected these over time. It's beautiful. I accept.
You guys should keep the skill gem when I get like another
I
class
hope
going.
it helps.
Can drop it in stash.
Stay safe, if you can.
Don't really need those.
Destruction!
Your way has no place here, Caraway.
I need more time.
Of the full moon. Your soul is mine. Disturb me! My love, I call to you. Tormented dead. Beloved Draven, aid me.
Your cruelty was immortalized in song, Assinia. Your end will be too.
Do my eyes again deceive me? You have the keys. You showed those eternal bastards. Use the keys to open the gate. Let's go and free my family. At last, it's open! Praise the first ones! What is this? Graves, Isabel, Torquil, Callum, the family of Count Lachlan of Ogham. My family! This doesn't make any sense! They're dead! Those bastard Eternals! I must make them pay! I must make them suffer!
Crush them!
I rolled right into rolled right into it. You can kind of see that this boss is like kind of how I am. He slams, he slams, slams, slams. So it's kind of hard to get my slams in when he's slamming. What's that? All right. There's nothing I can do. I'll just have to not die.
I'm not ready! Hunt with the first ones, old man. You've earned it.
Let me get armor breaker. We don't have any room. So I think I'll put the shout on E. Control E. And then I'll have this be like armor break. To equip it.
Corruption has twisted.
Spirits in the trees be damned. You actually entered the Red Veil and survived. Every Ogham kid knows, if you step 1 foot in there, you'll be skewered and eaten. Well, those kids that are lucky enough to have a mother, that is. Oh, shite. No offense. I was talking about me, not you. Although I guess we do have that in common. I have a grand quest for you, hero. The kind that'll get you woven into legend. It's not at all a minor personal matter that you might ignore. How do I explain this? Before this dreary place, you could say I was something of a, wanderer. There's a clanless enclave known as the Fraythorn that makes its home high in the trees near the hunting grounds. They helped me out a time or two over the years. A little while back, a group of strangers arrived out of the deep woods. They made strange altars and started whispering to the others about their religion. That was when I decided to move on. See, now I got to thinking, if Count Gianor and his men are mad enough to burn the village, then maybe the clanless are in trouble too. Will you pay them a visit? I used to be mildly fond of a fair few of them. Take a punt. You know you want to. Farewell, hero.
You found the ring. This will most certainly break the Count's binding. Give me a moment.
How long has it been? I was hunted. The Count, he stole something that is beyond dangerous. It will cause sickness, then madness.
This seed, is that the source of Ogham's affliction?
Yes. Please, find it. I am still too weak. This will only grow worse.
So if we are to heal this land, we must find this seed. Beyond our clan graves is the hunting grounds. Cut through those to reach the village. Please, go as quickly as you can and see what you can find. I fear there is not much time.
Make haste.
I don't know how to ask this of you, but I was forced to leave behind something of great importance to me when I fled. My lute. It was carved by my mother when she first taught me to sing. It's in my family home, in the farmlands. If you happen to travel near those ways, it would mean the world to me if you could look for it. These are just some odds and ends of mine.
That hooded fella's a strange one. But if you think he's trustworthy, then you've got my support. Let's hope you're... Here's what I got. One of my finest. Might make good scrap. if you find a pint out here...
What do you...
I've changed my mind.
Yes?
I have a different plan.
Hello again.
Nothing is set in stone.
Hello. Please, take your time.
Steel yourself! What if? Crush them! My satchel is full.
Stay safe, if you can. Sorry, these are just some odd... I will treasure it.
Oi, take a look. If you find a pint out there, don't bring it back.
I'll be right back. A bug landed in my drink, a fruit fly. Or whatever.
Was right to be worried. They're still making these damned altars, and this one's bigger. Something's wrong, hero. Something's definitely off. I thought I was imagining the whispers in the shadows at night up there. Thought I was just spooked by the cultists, but maybe not. Please, check in on the Enclave. I'm gonna get while the getting's good.
Will best you! not what's been eating our cattle. You won't get away from me. Rage all you want, beast.
I need more time.
Crush them! One less danger
Wow.
to threaten our home.
Two legendaries, uniques.
Fortune favors me.
Perfect.
This piece
100
has
spirit.
an iconic history.
Like, this is a pretty good piece of. This is a pretty good chess piece. It'd be good for a witch because the spirit will allow her to summon more minions. Ashen staff. This is good for the sorceress. Yeah, so definitely a great haul.
Yes, Finn makes fun of Michael. Oh, I like this one. It seems shadows haunt us both.
I can't yet. Become death!
you!
Quickly.
I've changed my mind.
Yes. I like to hold on. Oh, I like this one. Goodbye.
How can I? That's a good one. Anything take your fancy? Go well.
Fear will best you!
By decree of the Count of Ogham, to the scoundrels and cowards hiding among the trees of the clanless Perch. As the loyal men of Ogham lay down their lives to protect those who support them, you hide. As the women of Ogham sweat and ache, skinning beasts upon which we feed, you hide. As the children of Ogham play at war, preparing to serve the greater needs of the people, you traitors hide. I will offer clemency only once. Return to the manor immediately and serve Ogham, as is your duty, and your punishment will be deferred.
So this is where the clanless live. There are far more of them than I expected.
Bloody place has gone mad. Cursed cultists. Please, hero, find the other altars and dispose of them. Put an end to this. I'm gonna check around here for any sane survivors.
satchel is full.
I must destroy this before it goes any further.
Hello. I like to hold on. I will treasure it.
Okay, we did this hunting trial. We got some tribute, allowing us to grab a pretty decent weapon, I'm sure. Grab a couple of these. We got 30 spirit, permanent 30. A spirit gem. Cradle the Ash.
Tempered by flame.
It was overkill. Okay, it's just overkill. When you do more damage than the enemy has when he dies. Yeah, they explode into fire, so that's a great thing.
So the cultists really did have a king lurking out there in the shadows. Shame. I might have followed him myself if he'd simply promised decent meals instead. Thank you, hero. It's not the result I was hoping for, but at least I know the truth. Clearfell's all I have left now. If I was a drinking man, it'd be a sobering thought. None of it's junk. Deal. See you.
Hello. These are just some odds and ends of mine. It seems shadows haunt.
What have we got?
Look up, there's thorns on this shield. I already have a little bit of thorns, so I'm gonna grab the shield. It does give me more armor. Less block though. Less block, but
That'll
it should
keep
be
you
fine.
alive. Go well.
Break!
I just realized me saying 10% increase armor probably only applies to the amulet itself, so it's not actually that good. Like said that it applied to all armor, but it doesn't. So, my bad. But it's fine, like it's cool.
Forward!
I thought this chicken was an enemy. It's just a chicken.
I've no more room. I can put right one thing, at least. My satchel is full. Nowhere to keep that. I've nowhere to keep that. satchel is full.
Does someone use the... Oh yeah, the duelist uses the sword. Okay. There's still more skills coming. I didn't even realize that. Alright, now we can get out of this area.
Hammer and anvil! I've no more room.
You found my loot. I can't quite believe my eyes. This feels like having a small part of my family back again. I can't thank you enough. I think I shall begin by composing a song about you. In the meantime, I would be happy to play for you, if you like.
Together,
I've
we will
collected these over
rebuild.
time. What do you think? I will treasure it. It is good to see you. I've collected these. I will treasure it. Stay safe, if you can.
Oi. Till next time.
This is not the place for violence. Watch this! What have they done? The bastards! They've burned it all!
Alright guys, I think I'm really gonna get out of here for now. I've been streaming for like, what, 3 hours and some change. I'll probably eat some food. It's pretty late, so I'll probably eat some like dinner or whatever. Read some more comics and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Alright. Okay, guys.